Good morning. Oh. Welcome to the channel, Gray Cloudy Day. I'm Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Just trying to absorb everything this morning and collect my thoughts. I've been for a morning walk and I've had a good conversation with somebody, a friend of mine. Puppies are outside right now. I'm going to read from the Fifth Agreement. I hadn't read from that in a few days. I don't remember the last video I did specifically from this. But in reading a little bit before I started, I realized it's only a few paragraphs away from ending this third chapter, which was talking about the first agreement, be impeccable with your word. So we're about to actually end this chapter and go straight into the second chapter, which is going to be discussing the second agreement. So let's get going. As you can see, impeccability of the word goes much deeper than it seems. The word is pure magic, and when you adopt the first agreement, magic just happens in your life. Your intentions and desires come easily because there is no resistance. There is no fear. There is only love. You are at peace and you create a life of freedom and fulfillment in every way. Just this one agreement is enough to completely transform your life into your personal heaven. Always be aware of how you are using the word and be impeccable with your word. And we've discussed this. I have discussed this. Am I always impeccable? No, sometimes I miss the mark. But I try to be as impeccable as humanly possible. I am still a spirit in the human form, and I'm dealing with the fleshly things. So, go figure. Sometimes I miss the mark, and I miss it quite often. I say that a lot. Okay, we're going to start. That was the end of chapter 3 and the whole impeccability thing, the first agreement. Now we're going to move into chapter 4. Every mind is a world. The second agreement, don't take anything personally. When we are born, there are no symbols in our mind, but we have a brain and we have eyes. And our brain is already capturing images that come from light. We start perceiving light. We become familiar with light. And the reaction of our brain to light is an endless play of images in our imagination. Of our imagination in our mind. We are dreaming from the Toltec point of view. Our whole life is a dream because the brain is programmed to dream 24 hours a day. When the brain is awake, there is a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. When the brain is asleep, there is no frame, and the dream has the tendency to change constantly. Even with the brain awake, we have the tendency to daydream, and the dream is constantly changing. The imagination is so powerful that it takes us to many places. We see things in our imagination that other people don't see. We hear things that other people don't hear, or maybe we don't, depending on the way that we dream. Imagination gives movement to the images we see, but the images only exist in the mind, in the dream. Light, images, imagination, dreaming. You are dreaming right now. And this is something that you can easily verify. Perhaps you never noticed that your mind is always dreaming. But if you use your imagination for just a moment, you will understand what I'm trying to explain to you. Imagine that you're looking into a mirror. Inside the mirror is a whole world of objects. But you know that what you see is just a reflection of what is real. It looks like it's real. It looks like the truth. But it's not real. And it's not the truth. If you try to touch the objects inside the mirror, you can only touch You only touch the surface of the mirror. When you see inside the mirror, what you see inside the mirror is just an image of reality, which means it's a virtual reality. It's a dream. And it's the same kind of dream that humans dream with the brain awake. Why? Because what you see inside the mirror is a copy of reality that you create with the capacity of your eyes and your brain. It's an image of the world that you construct within your mind, which means it's how your own mind perceives reality. What a dog sees in the mirror is how the dog's brain perceives reality. What an eagle sees in the mirror, in that same mirror, is how the eagle's brain perceives reality. And it's different from your own. I'll read one more paragraph. Now imagine looking into your eyes instead of a mirror. Your eyes perceive light that's being reflected from millions of objects outside of your eyes. The sun sends light all around the world, and every object reflects light. Billions of rays of light come from everywhere, go inside your eyes, and project images of objects in your eyes. You think you're seeing all these objects, but the only thing you are really seeing is light that is being reflected. Let me make a little mark here so I know exactly where to start. I don't want to. There we go. So did you catch that? Yeah, that's pretty much some science right there also. The physical reality, we're seeing what we're able to see objects because the light bounces off of it. So that is right. Like, you may not actually be seeing the exact real object. Like, you're seeing whatever your mind's perceiving from the light bouncing off that object, and that's making us see said object as ever how it appears in our mind's eye. So, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I think it was pretty interesting. I really enjoy these Toltec readings. I enjoy practicing the 5 agreements. It helps me stay in check along with my other stuff. Like, you have to remember that these books aren't written, they're not like a spiritual thing. They are, to me, I take it as, they're things you can apply in your life no matter what religion or spiritual setting you are, that you practice. You might not even be spiritual, and you can still put these into practice in your life and find some sort of change. When we start changing the agreements we've made with everybody else in our life, including starting with ourselves, because at a certain point as adults, we have come to conclusions and made agreements with ourselves and just agree with it. That's why a while back, a little over a month ago, when I was kind of having a dark night of the soul period, I was doing a lot of introspective, like, is gray cloud really gray cloud? Am I delusional? Have I made up a bunch of stuff in my head? Is what I share with people, is it worth doing? I had a lot of different questions, but I was questioning myself. I was listening to myself, but I was also being skeptical. And that's the 5th agreement. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Go into everything with a grain of salt until you know for certain that you got what you need, or what you feel is sufficient to confirm for you that it's real, that it's true. I suggest that everybody do that. I think it just makes sense. I have always done that. I want to know firsthand why it is I'm choosing to believe something or follow something or whatever it is. And until I get that, I'm not satisfied sometimes. Now, at some point in my life, certain things were revealed to me, and I don't question those type of things. Like, when it comes to the existence of a creator and a thing that talks to me and moves through me and helps me throughout my day, I don't deny that. I don't think that that's not real. I know that's real. It's just sometimes the ego up here will start questioning itself, and having Gray Cloud start questioning himself. So, I'm going to do my best today, and that's the 4th agreement. Always do your best. But I think that's a good note to end it on. So until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Over and out. Ditto means I love you guys.